The problem isn't learning Tailwind. The problem is, where do you even start? Today, we're going to reverse engineer our Tailwind. So basically, Tailwind is just like building a house. But before you build the house, we need to understand the paint, the materials, and design system. So it's all in one. In this page, we're going to modify it all. So these three lines doesn't look like important, this base, components, and utilities, but they secretly load almost all of the tailwind. So as you can see this root, now what is this? So we can see here primary, background, foreground, and card. So think of this as like the company's design language. Instead of hard coding all colors everywhere, the team gives every important color an assigned name. So for example, this primary 169, 82%, and 34. Why not just simply write green? Because tomorrow the designer maybe changes to green, to blue, or purple. Then, if you do, then only one variable changes. Then the entire website update. You can see this dark. So this variable shows us how is it changing. Nothing inside React changes, only the variable changes. So the UI automatically updates, and this is a huge moment for us. So as you can see, we have this apply, wait, Tailwind classes inside CSS, body, BG background, text foreground. So this means Tailwind lets you reuse utility classes inside traditional CSS. If we go and check our Tailwind config, but this file config teaches Tailwind how to understand that language. So if you can see this scans which files should we implement our Tailwind. To all inside client directory, which is here, and to all which has the file extension of TS and TSX. Look carefully this extend colors. As you can see here, we have this primary, and this is has a default of HSL var primary. And you can also see here board, tile, and premium. Where did these names come from? As you can see, this color, this empty tile, yeah, it corresponds to this kind of shade. Even if you hovered this kind of color, this show the subtle changes once you see. Even the premium tiles, TW, double word, TLDL, all of them corresponds to this color of the CSS declared here in Tailwind. Tile, which is white. When you try to select for this style, this is it. We can see here grid, template columns, 15, repeat 15, min max 1 FR. So why 15? Because the Scrabble board is 15 by 15. The code is telling us this is the requirement for a Scrabble board. Then we can check our border radius, our animations we can see here also, and additional plugins if any. So everything inside this file exists because someone needed it. Accordion, someone built an accordion. Animation, someone wanted animation. Plugins, someone needed extra features. Every config tells a story. So basically, this is just the workflow from global.css when the Tailwind is also check upon what's written inside the global.css. The tailwind config lets you render inside it React components, then onto the browser. So when AI generates the code, don't start from components, rather start from the configuration, because configuration explains why the code looks looks the way it does. So basically, in summary, find the entry point first. So what file starts everything? So if it can be either main.tsx or global.css. And after that, the most important part is to look for the configuration, which is from the Tailwind config. config, you can see what rules that the project define. Then you can trace the flow. Where do the roles get used? So for example, class name BG primary, and ask why. Why did the developer or the AI did this? So what problem does it solve? And verify in the UI changes one config value and watch the application update. So yeah, that's how you read Tailwind.